Bree, Adrick, Coco, as you're trying to piece together some of this information that you've found about these pictures, about this this poem, this maybe this link to another diversion, as Adrick put it so frank. The door opens again, and your long-haired, short-whiskered party member comes in. Weylin.
So I did.
Hello, guys. Have you found anything interesting?
Spooky, shadowy person and cryptic language.
Oh.
More puzzles.
And a bunch of paper.
Yes. We could spend weeks here, if you want.
We could bring all this with us.
I've just got an image of just Bree holding her hands up and just looking at all this paper.
Did you get the image of Adrick's expression when he looked at her at that point?
Oh yeah, just completely dismissive, annoyed.
Disbelieving. Yeah.
So I've found what I think is where the person slept. It would make sense. There was a bed, lots of bones, picked clean, in fact. Of what I could see, unfortunately, was 6 different kinds of people that I think used to be a part of the tower. But what I did find under his pillow was this little collection of parchments, sort of made into a little handbook. Adrick, would you like to have a look at this? Weylin sort of dips his hand into his deep trenchcoat pocket, pulls it out, along with the geode, and this geode. I found this geode.
So as you pull that out, Weylin, with the diffused light across the room, not just this intense overhead torchlight, you make out that this has varying hues of green intermingled with a clear crystalline structure. I think geode was the wrong way of describing it, but it's
Crystal?
Yeah, it's an elongated crystal, pointy on end. One end looks to it's being sort of cracked off something. The other end, as if the crystal has grown to that tip.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Weylin sort of presents both to Adrick. Adrick, do you know anything about this this crystal thing? It's pretty interesting. Well, it looks pretty interesting. I've no idea though. It's just kind of like.
Yeah. Am I suddenly the party expert on crystals at this point? Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
I think I might be happy to do some sort of ability check at this point. So,
I wouldn't necessarily say you would have to do that. Just
you are that much of an expert.
Well, with the
so thick, I know nothing. Yeah.
Oh, this is a good heavy paperweight.
Yeah, why give a paperweight on your bed? That's stupid.
With your experiences here at your home, Adrick, and with the varying tasks that you more recently in your life were given by some of your family members, it is actually quite perplexing. It has the same shades and colorations and hues of an aquamarine, but it has grown in such a way that one could, if they were blindfolded, could have mistaken it for a spindle of quartz or a citrine.
Like an aquamarine coloured quartz crystal.
But with the way that the greens intermingle with the clears and the ever so slight milky whites, it looks natural, but this would fetch a hefty price if it were to be sold to the right person. But without proving what it is, I guess the description I had just now, it would make a paperweight for someone who did not know what it was.
I mean, it looks like a great paperweight, Adrick.
I'd agree with that. Potentially it's a large paperweight, or it's something really, 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 really quite interesting because it's the wrong colour.
Does it taste nice?
I don't know. Do you want to eat it?
Lick it.
I'll give it a lick. Go on.
Lick it. Lick it. Go on.
I get my very thin bird tongue on top of that rock.
Does it taste of poison?
I don't know. The voice in my head is not describing the taste I'm tasting.
It's definitely mineral-ish. It doesn't really taste of anything, if I'm honest with you. It just has like a kind of a weird earthy taste to it.
Coco's a bit sad about that.
It's definitely not a lump of rock from Devon, sorry.
It's not a salt rock either. I just look into Weylin in utter confusion.
Yeah. Sorry, Adrick, were you looking at these notes?
Yes. After sort of investigating the really weird quartz crystal, I'll do that.
Okay. As you've played hot potato with this crystal, you unfold the pieces of parchment that Weylin has given to you. With a lot of the, not necessarily concise research, but the structure in which a lot of the words and the paragraphs that you've seen thus far have been written, this is a complete different take on what you believe would have been the same person. So these notes are not that of piecing together old historical ancient tomes. Throughout these leaves, these pages, it seems to be the miniature monologues of the Archmage's thoughts, almost a fragmented rustic diary of sorts. As you flick through, trying to pick out information, with some of it is completely illegible, almost as if they've rushed it down just to grab their thoughts at a certain moment in time. There is a common theme that seems to bleed through those sentences, and that is something pushing this person forward, that they cannot go back but only forward, for there is this looming presence that seems to be threatening them. But mixed within these notes, these passages, these small paragraphs, there's almost as if someone's got a bit of a split personality here. There are the mentions of the provosts and the sages below him, but as you read on, almost trying to read it as if it were a diary, these comments get progressively more bitter and twisted on the views of their use and competency towards what this person has named something the ultimate plan. But there are also mentions of a generic mention of the inhabitants of Bolgantek, and that the clergy have no faith, nor do they truly understand what they hold within their home.
Ooh. Any more detail on that last bit?
Unfortunately not.
I'll read these scraps out to the others around me. I think this Archmage was not a well man, dwarf. But I think he's right. What I now know about the clergy, the priests who were here were not real. They didn't really believe, and they didn't understand what they had. But something else did, I think. Maybe it was him. Or maybe he just let whatever it was in, kind of just pass the paperwork to Bree and sit down.
Okay. Loch, are you there, buddy? Sorry, Bree, we'll get back to you guys in a second.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, sorry, but I've made myself aware that you've probably been in this ritual for some time now.
Yeah.
With this being the first ritual that you've kind of cast for quite a long time, you forgot how intrinsic some of the stuff has to be. Even though this almost gift that has been given to you by some odd means back in Adbar, when this little thing was suddenly appearing, rummaging through your bags, etc., from time to time. Reuben, as you've named him. You're pretty much halfway through this ritual, and with doing some initial incantations to build upon these little runes that you're chalking on the floor, suddenly tumbling into your picture is Reuben.
So he's here.
Yeah, he just tumbled in. You haven't even finished your ritual yet.
I am up suspiciously. Where the hell did you come from?
This isn't where we were. This is cold. Why are you here? Oh, I don't like this place. Why'd you call me? He looks at you, tilting his head. This is in your head, by the way. He's not actually verbally talking to you like Winnie the Pooh or Paddington.
Oh, bother.
I'll explain in a bit. I need you to keep an eye on this door for me. So stay out of sight, but just you see anything come through, give me a shout.
So, just to paint the picture of this scene, are you stood up or are you kneeling?
I wouldn't have moved yet, so I'll still be sort of kneeling down.
Yeah. So, I just wanted to remind you, Reuben's the size of your shoe.
Yep.
He looks at you. He looks around. He looks at the direction that you've pointed towards this bookcase and towards this front door. And he looks out the front door and he goes, well, there's that thing out there. Is that alarm? And he's pointing. Alarm! And he's like, alarm!
Poor Reuben.
It's like a little chihuahua.
It's almost as if a bear could bark.
I'm literally just staring at him, slightly disappointed. I'm going to point at the bookcase and just be like, that door, and anything from this point comes through it. Give me a shout.
He
and
goes...
I'll slowly start standing up.
Okay. So he truly is like no higher than sort of like the midpoint of your shin.
Yeah.
It's quite comical considering how tall Loch is. He looks at you, just takes one look outside the door. Harshnag isn't looking into the door, he's looking out towards the main sort of rocky plains that Balkantech is sat within. And then he turns around, paws pointed inwards, and goes, and he stomps, and then sits in front of the door of that
bookcase.
Pathway, that bookcase. Yes.
I'll start slowly stepping back, still not slightly trusting that he's actually understood exactly what I'm asking him to do.
Okay.
Yeah, once I get to the staircase, I'll start going up.
Yep, you peer around you step up and you're still peering around the corner, but yeah, he's staring intently at the bookcase doorway, and you make your way up.
As I'm on my way up, I'll just ask him, how are we getting on?
It's a bit cold where I'm sat, but yeah, I'm cool.
All right, keep your eyes out on the door.
It smells coming up here. You do realise it's not particularly pleasant.
Yeah. Just keep watching the door, mate.
Okay. You know, I wasn't sent here just to do guard duty. You do know that, no?
Just keep watching that door.
All right.
I'll bring you back a treat.
Okay. As long as it smells better than this corridor. Loch.
Yeah, I love how the bear sounds like Chris.
So I'm gonna head up.
Well, then it's better than Erky Timbers from the last session. Come on, I'm not falling down that trap again. Oh wait, no, you weren't there. I did an Irish gnome.
Oh, so good.
Here we get a preview.
No. It was, and then suddenly it turned Australian. It was rather racist. It was. I don't know what I was doing.
I was so tempted to kill him.
Oh. Oh dear. Okay, you make your way up the stairwell. You go through the chambers, you go through the rooms. You have just come to the landing and you see Coco and Weylin passing around this crystal with Adrick sat down on his stool, head in his hands, and Bree kind of confused whether to console your party member or to... I don't know, with the image that has been painted around this room, they've been sorting bits and pieces out. So the inner bookworm of Bree may be torn between what she should be doing.
Look at Adrick. You all right?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it's just
All a little bit too much.
a lot to process here. But at least I know my family have been trying to keep a lid on things, or a door shut, anyway. But yeah.
Has anyone told Bree that this door's open?
I just found out. And Adrick, whatever you want to do, I think is what we should do next. Like, if you think it's best to close the door and move on, because that's what your family meant to do, then let's do it. But I think you're the one that should be making the decision here.
Bree, just to interject here.
Yes.
As you're sort of consoling Adrick in whatever manner you see fit. As you sort of look around the room, the pile of items that Adrick has sort of put aside regarding this runic carving, you can't help but notice something just peeking out from one of the leaves of paper in the stacked pile. There looks to be a square obelisk hatched in charcoal, and there seems to be written in some form of giant some notes around this obelisk, but with all giant language you have familiarized yourself with numbers, and there is the number 7 underneath this figure.
Is this mini obelisk the same color shape as the one that we've seen before, or I've seen before?
So as you can't really see the full page. Are you going to pull the full page out?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I'm not going to do it yet.
You're not going to do it yet? Okay.
But like in a bit, because I'm kind of want to focus on Adrick right now.
Okay. It is a bit distracting looking at this page, but you can't fully tell whether or not this is of the same likeness of what was nearly dropped on you within that ravine as you were walking back with Philippe that fateful evening, or if it is something else of the research of the Archmage.
Okay, but yes, Adric, whatever you decide is fine. Gotta do what's best for your family here.
Thank you. That's good of you. It's good of you all. I can think of 3 things we could do. First thing is we could just turn around and walk away. Go look for what we found on this map, or go and look for Philippe. I don't know. Or we can go through the door behind the bookcase and down, and that's probably going to take us into the caverns under the city. And that potentially leads to all sorts of weird stuff. Or we just carry on with what we were doing, which is walking through the front door. And we don't know what we'll encounter when we go through the front door. So I think having come this far, we probably don't want to go and give up. I do still want to go and find Philippe, but I now want to find my family as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should go through the door. There could be some real interesting things and some closure for Adric.
The door in the underneath this tower.
Yes.
The one that his family kept shut?
Yeah, that one.
Yes. You don't want to go there, Adric?
I think that we have defeated the reason why that door was shut. That creature was kept inside this building, and we've destroyed it. So that means my family was stopping that creature from going back into those tunnels, which might mean that's where they are. But the rest,
So you
there's
think
no
your
one
family's in the tunnel?
Did one cut out for a second then?
The cat on my end.
I said the rest of the city looks deserted.
So we can go into the tunnel then.
Potentially I'll find my way back up again.
Yeah.
Or we all save on funeral expenses. I don't know. That's good.
I'd rather not be buried underground, deep underground.
Do you want to be exposed for the birds? I'll look at Coco at this point.
But yeah, no, that's fine. You do you. We'll do whatever you decide.
Right. Do we need a rest before we go down? Or do we want to do some more paperwork tidying up?
I need a rest.
Wayland's dead on his feet.
Should we do the rest with Harshnag or stay up here and continue reading?
Oh, there's still a load of dead bodies up here.
There's no sign of any remnants of anyone within this room. The only thing here is like the chaos, the destruction, the broken furniture. Most of the carnage has been on the lower levels.
Okay. I promise to let Harshnag going on the way.
Did it cut out again?
No, I think that's just a general pause.
Okay.
So we're resting here.
Or outside with Harshnag.
Well, you seem to be enjoying yourself with the stacking of papers. Do you want to carry on?
I'm happy to do that. But I'll do what most people want to do. Like, if we're going to settle outside for the night, I might stay up here for a bit longer and then head down.
We're undercover here. We're only going to have to find somewhere else undercover if we go outside.
Yeah, so just to remind you all, the only other structure that is easy enough to get to is that old dilapidated farmstead just further back on the road that you travelled in on.
I say we stay here.
Okay, I'll let Harshnag know. Before I head downstairs to tell Harshnag, I'm gonna swiftly grab that piece of paper I've been eyeing and then book my way down.
Okay, can I have a sleight of hand check, please? Bear with.
All the paper falls over.
No.
We're gonna have these. Oh, hang on. No, that shouldn't have gone to. No, never mind. That'll do. Okay. As you go to turn and to use your momentum to pull this paper out, unfortunately, Bree, you have rolled this. The whole stack. Just
why didn't I get the opportunity to use a luck point here? Because I would.
No, you got to tell. No, luck is broken.
Number I rolled.
Luck is broken.
Luck is broken.
But I have no idea what I rolled to determine whether I might have re-rolled or not.
Oh, it should be seen. Hang on.
No, it doesn't show me anything.
Oh, we'll retcon that then.
Okay.
Oh, do I? Oh, will. Oh.
Can you give me the number?
It bursts into flame. How about that?
If it was less than 10, I would have re-rolled.
It's quite certainly less than 10.
I would have re-rolled.
All right, re-roll. I've just flicked the settings, so if you just want to try that again. Okay, can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can see
Okay.
it.
Oh, I don't know. As you pull it, it's almost like this weird stacking block game you used to play back at the tower. If you pull the block out too quickly, sometimes you hold your breath to ensure that it doesn't fall over, but you have successfully pulled out this leaf of paper.
Okay.
Did you just describe a Jenga?
No.
Other block stacking games exist.
Oh, yeah, Tetris, my
I
bad.
can't think of any, but yeah, there must be.
You T-spinned it back in. Hell yeah.
I bought a gift for my husband's niece called Balanced Tetris.
Yo.
And it's like a little balance beam where you have to like stack Tetris
Oh,
pieces
I've seen that. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay, so you're leaving your 3 party members up top and you're going downstairs. Is that correct? It is only you going down.
Unless someone else follows. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
fine, chilling up here.
So you're going down the stairs and you're casting your eye over the piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
So there are other smaller diagrams and sketches with reference to what you believe may be some other books or other pieces of text, with arrows coming off to these lines of Dwarven scripture. There are some sketches that are pebble-sized specimens and some rudimentary examples of things that could be built or made, something to do with structures and masonry. But then there are others on a larger scale, such as the tall black obelisk that takes up a third of the height of this piece of paper on the right-hand side of it. It seems to have the same recessed, embossed face as that of the black, what you've called the Nightstone, that was dropped near you when Philippe was taken.
Mm-hmm.
However, the obelisk that you saw, this stone, was nowhere near the size of this depicted on the piece of paper.
Okay.
There does seem to be some very complicated arrangement of giant written on this page. It seems to have some odd form and prose, even trying to compare it to the more common dialect of giant that flows in between the frost, fire, the stone, etc. It rarely has this indication of trying to understand what this sentence is. You've never seen this type of giant before, not even in the texts from some of those smaller books that you were reading back in Zephyros's tower.
Weird. So, like, I wouldn't be able to pinpoint whether it was, like, more complex or less complex than what I know, I guess, in the hierarchy of giants.
It doesn't have the same similarities as comparing a stone to hill or hill to frost. It seems to be its own subset, its own sort of ring-fenced type.
Mm-hmm.
You think you've kind of understood part of it, but then if you just slightly turn the page, you could maybe read it in some other way.
Okay. We'll definitely be showing this to Harshnag when I see him.
You go down the stairwell. Loch, Weylin, Coco, and Adrick, as you're making preparations to potentially stay up here, being one of the safer, more covered areas, as Loch quite rightly put it. Loch, you get a message. Hey, it's pretty dark down here. I've found something that you should have. I don't know why it's here. Really smells down here.
What have you found?
Well, something small. I don't know why it's here. I was going to take it back with me, but I thought you might want it. Your friend might want it. I don't know.
Is it another bear?
I can't.
What is it?
Can't really see it properly down here. It's not very light down here. There is a torch, but it's a bit.
Have you gone into the door?
No.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm gonna get up and start running down the stairs. Oh, I'll turn around to Adrick. I think Ruben's gone through the door. I'm gonna quickly go check.
I'll come with you.
You left Ruben guarding the door.
He was only meant to watch it.
I turned to Coco with my arms spread while I'm losing the will here.
I just turn around and go, who the fuck is Ruben?
Ruben's the little pet thing he created when we left him unaccompanied once. We shouldn't leave him alone. It's not good.
Yeah, I know this now. He seemed like he could
Loch's a
handle it.
dad? No, Loch's a dad. I thought he was an elf, not a bear. What? What do you mean?
He can magically create a bear from nothing. I don't know. But it's only about this big, and it's.
Loch, you get another message as you relay this information to your group as you're just going through the door frame.
He's just screaming.
Yeah, if you're gonna come get me, I don't know what way to go. I'm by a big wooden door.
The door that I told you to watch.
No.
Okay.
I feel like the DM wants us to go through the door right now and not have a long rest.
I was feeling the word railroad through my head. But
No, there's an option
it's
out of this.
Minecart. It's minecarting, actually. Go on.
There is an option out of this, but no. You have
getting
three
annoyed.
options.
He's getting mad.
I'm not getting mad.
You're texting.
I'm not getting mad. If you all want to rest, you can leave him in the corridor. It's fine. We
can leave him all alone.
As per yeah.
Terrifying.
What a bad parent.
The message that he's relayed, Loch, by the way, is slightly patchy, almost as if it's struggling to come through.
Okay.
You've missed a couple of words here and there, but most of it does come through. So
all I'm going to put through is stop. Don't go any further. I'll be there in a second.
Sit.
I kind of get that now. It doesn't smell very nice down here.
Oh mate, I'm gonna kill this bear.
Alright, be there in a second. Okay, yep. I'll start going downstairs a little bit quicker.
Okay. Bree, you hit the bottom floor of the chamber and you go to the main door, is that correct?
Yeah.
Cool. As you turn to the left to look at the door that's open, you see some more of these little crystals on the floor. The same shape, same faceted structure, not all the same size, however, and they seem to have been placed on the corner of the doorway, sort of at the bottom where the floor meets the frame of the door.
So, like, did they just appear there, or did we just not notice it before?
They've, using your words, they've appeared there, for if they were there beforehand, they would have either got crushed by the door, or the door would have pushed them out of the way.
Oh, okay. So we kind of possibly have broken a seal or charm or whatever. Is that what you're saying?
Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, when we opened the door...
They have the same colour and formation as that crystal that Adrick had upstairs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or that Weylin brought to Adrick, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll grab one or two of them, put them in my bag, and then open the door and head to Harshnag.
Okay. There's no sign of Reuben or the little bear thing, by the way.
I know nothing of his existence right now.
Oh, I thought you told. Okay, apologies. Okay, you go to Harshnag.
Yeah.
He's sat down, cross-legged, his hands on his knees, not rocking, but kind of just passing the time. There's like a slight deep hum that you can hear, almost if he's humming to himself, and he's surveying the area. He looks down and is startled by your appearance through the door. Ah, Bree, little one. I was growing concerned, especially from what Adrick has told me prior. Good news? Have you found anything?
Found a couple things. I think we have, we might be going down a tunnel in a bit. Don't know if you'll be able to make it go down with us.
I see.
But I think it's gonna lead us down a path to where we can hopefully find out more about Adrick's family.
I see. It's quite a lot within this tower.
A lot
Yes.
more than I was expecting. But also, I came across this piece of paper, and then I'll show him the sheet that I took from the tower.
Okay. He picks up this little piece of paper. His hand just dwarfs it completely. As yes, much like this tower, big things come from small packages or small people. And he gives you a smirk as he looks down towards it.
I know this is in Giant, but I can't really understand or make out what dialect it is.
I cannot read this, Bree, but your intuition is correct. This is Giant. However, I have not seen this for quite some time. At least not in the quantity that you have on this page. Is there any more of this up in the rooms that you have been through?
Possibly. I may have snuck this one out. But I could go up later and look for more. Is there anything you might be able to make from it?
He brings his hand closer to the piece of paper and looks in, illuminates it within the moonlight that is now casting down through the mountainous area. Bree, I am sorry, my knowledge goes only so far, and unfortunately I cannot enlighten you on this. However, this may need to be looked into in the future. For this, my long-tailed companion seems to be the language of my old ancestors, the language known as Jolton Alder, or in your more common tongue, Titan.
That's cool. Okay. So there are obelisks like this throughout this world. We've come across, well, one almost hit us because it fell from the sky. The cloud giants that attacked us and took our friend dropped it near us. I still don't really understand what they do or what they're meant for. You wouldn't know anything, would you?
My only link would be to the old Austerian world of my ancestors, the founding regions that our forefathers held close and fought over for millennia. However, I am sorry, Bree, that this language has been lost to the years, even with our oral traditions of passing down stories, and even then, there are only few and far between stories that even talk about our Titanic brethren. What concerns me, little one, is that this note that you have handed me is all handwritten.
Oh, really? Well, yeah.
And I can assure you that anything that, or at least from what I have been told, anything that holds this language has only ever been seen, carved, etched within stone, within tablets, within some of the older plates of history held by the stone giants of yesteryears. And he hands you the piece of paper back.
Okay. So thank you for all of this. I'll make a note in my notebook really quick of what he said about Titan and his knowledge of the obelisks, and then say, so I think our current plan, if this is all right with you, is to hole up in the tower for the night.
I see. Would you like me to barricade the door for you? He starts to get up.
I think that would be good. Don't need to do it right now. We'll probably hang out for a bit. Don't want you to be lonely.
In front of the door, and he points to this massive just rock in the middle of the rocky plain in front of you.
So he goes out then, Chris.
Oh, okay. So he said, just give me the word and I shall pull that boulder. And he points to this massive piece of rock in the plains ahead of you, Bree.
All right, I'll let you know when we're ready. And then I guess in the morning or whenever we're rested, we'll head down. We'll let you know, of course, when we head out. And I don't know what you want to do or what you plan on doing while we're down, because I can't tell you how long we're going to be gone. Hopefully no more than a day.
I shall potentially roam the outskirts, maybe climb up in that direction. He points to this fairly treacherous rocky part of the escarpment on the right-hand side of where you emerged from, the path that goes back to that derelict structure. I saw a pathway leading there. I would like to get a bit more of a bearing of where I am, see if I can find anything useful for the five of you. However, I shall probably take rest myself near probably those buildings there. Not that they would shield me from anything, but alas, it is a place that you can find me if you need to. And he points towards the farmstead that you passed when you came up the road.
Okay. Yep. Thank you. That'll be good. Adrick is able to send a message. So if there's any emergency or we're heading back up, I'm sure he can let you know. So we can just coordinate times.
I'll await said message, whether it be good or bad.
I'm sure it'll be good. Hopefully. All right. I'll check back with the group, and then I'll let you know when to barricade the tower.
He nods and he stretches his back out and he's twisting.
I'll turn around and slowly make my way back to the tower.
Loch, you've hit the bottom, the base. You've overheard some of this conversation and you're in front of the doorway. Bree is just finishing up her conversation with Harshnag, but hasn't noticed you yet.
Did I see the crystal on the way down?
Yep, those were most certainly not there in the time that you've been guarding the door, nor were they there when you told Reuben to stay. They seem to be piled, just like a small group of them. You have no clue where they've come from, but they are of the same ilk of the crystal that Weylin and Coco were looking over.
I did say I picked up the ones that I saw and put them in my bag.
You picked up a few of them, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you pick up all of them?
I picked up the ones around the door.
I'll pick up a couple myself and just stash them in my pocket to have a look at later.
Okay. It seems as if there's a couple of them down the stairs as well.
Down the stairs.
Oh, are we all back? There seems to be something really weird with Discord tonight. I do apologise that you cut out.
Sorry, further down the stairs towards the bottom, or through the doorway? Did you say? Sorry.
Sort of down. It's hit and miss down the stairs. That's dropping down into the foundations of the tower.
I'll pick up a couple, stick them in my pocket just so I can have a look at them later, and I'm going to carry on towards that door. If I see Bree on the way, I'll give it a heads up as to what we're doing.
One or two of them seem to ever so slightly vibrate in your hand before that vibration dies out, just before you've let go of it within your pocket. And you make your way down. Bree, you see the head of Loch descend into the darkness.
Is this as I enter the tower?
Yes.
I'm assuming head into the darkness, you mean going into the tunnel?
Yep.
Is it just Loch?
It's just Loch at the moment, yeah.
I'll follow.
For the three of you at the top of the tower, were you waiting for Loch to come back up with Reuben, or were you joining him downstairs?
I was going to go down with him.
Okay.
Apologies. You might have missed that.
I may have missed that, indeed.
It's fine. I'll be at the top.
Good chance that they would have been a few good steps behind me.
Yeah.
Okay. Coco, what were you doing? Sorry.
I was just gonna stay upstairs.
Okay. I take it, Adrick, you would stay upstairs as well, yes?
Yeah, I thought we were, all three of us were upstairs, but yeah, I guess I appreciate sitting, not really taking in. Yeah.
Okay, so, Loch, Weylin, you descend down. Weylin, you are carrying a torch, and this stairs is treacherously steep. You can go down. There does seem to be some rudimentary sort of handhold railing that has been carved into the side of this stairwell. Oddly enough, this, to the untrained eye, this seems to have been made by the Meld Stones spell. There are no marks on the walls of like pickaxes or any fractures signifying sort of explosive used to carve out this area. But it is sort of odd that it would go so steep on the steps, almost if it's just been made for the purpose of just going up and down. Safety wasn't at the forefront of the person's mind. Bree, are you joining them? You are, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're taken aback by sort of the kind of footing you have to take, just so you don't fall flat down down these stairs on your face. And you can see the pair, Loch and Weylin, going down the torchlight, illuminating back up the stairs.
As I quietly shout or quietly whisper, Reuben.
It does echo down. Reuben isn't close to you, or isn't within your vision going that deep.
In that case, as I'm going down, I'm going to be quietly thinking to him, how far did you bloody go in here?
I took a tumble.
A tumble?
I was picking up some stuff. I thought you might have wanted it, and I may have, may have slipped.
Okay, can you remember any directions, or was it just straight, left, right?
I don't remember taking any corners.
Okay. I think it's just straight on. I'll say to the group.
Okay. There's a stale dampness that hangs in the air throughout your descent of this stairwell. You all emerge at the landing of the final steps, and carved into this the shaft, or the wall of this shaft that is making up the stairs, is a large. This Weylin has actually been carved with tools, etc. As a hewn corridor that extends out into the darkness. Weylin, you can't pick this out, but for the pair that do have dark vision, so Loch and Bree, you can just see a pinprick of light down this corridor.
Some light?
Yeah.
I'll think to Reuben, is it light where you are?
I think it's a torch. Yeah, it looks like a torch. It's a bit off-white. Yeah, it's a torch.
Alright. Stay put. Sorry, go on.
I know. I just wanted to know, am I next to Loch or am I behind him?
The three of you are sort of around on the landing, so you can be anywhere that you would like to be.
Okay, I guess I was gonna, because I guess both Waylon and Loch went in first. I was just gonna catch up to them.
Yeah,
So,
that's fine. Yeah.
yeah.
You are the last one coming down the stairs, so
Yeah.
you'd be the last one to meet them on the landing.
Okay.
Locke looks rather frustrated, almost as if he's talking to himself.
Waylon, why is Loch talking to himself? And why are we down here?
We're looking for Reuben.
It's Reuben.
Yeah, we're looking for Reuben.
Who is Reuben?
I'll lean back to little bear.
Oh, why is Reuben here?
Oh, that's what I want to know. He was meant to be watching the door.
Yeah, I don't think he did that.
Yeah. He watched it for a couple of seconds.
Okay. So where is he?
I think he's just up ahead. But he said he's found something.
At the light. Did he find the light?
He said he's by a light. No. So far, I don't think we can trust everything he's saying, but I think he's just up ahead. But I'm more curious as to what he's found.
I found a lot of the geodes, the crystals that we.
I saw them on the way down. They spark a memory, but I'll have a look at them once I've got this little gift back. I'll start carrying on down towards the light.
Okay.
As your footsteps hit the cracked flagstone floor, as your footsteps echo through this corridor, the only sound that you can hear is the irregular, lonesome drip from the ceiling down onto the rubbish that is on the floor. Loch, you can see every now and again the remnants of what looks to be more of these small little crystals, but these are tiny. They're like probably no longer than your thumb and no wider than your pinky finger, almost as if they've fallen out of something and have scattered across this floor. But as you sort of come back up, as you're you're walking and you're bending down to pick these bits and pieces up, you notice something else on the wall. Weylin, you also, as you're following Loch carrying your torch aloft, you can see that the torchlight is picking out features in this hewn wall that isn't welcoming.
Features like...
The pair of you notice that there are these deep scratches, multiple scratches throughout this tunnel. You cannot deduce which direction that they have been made in, but this would potentially be where the rubbish, the chippings, the dirt and the gravel that you thought you were stepping on has come from.
From the scratches, almost like...
Potentially from the scratch, yes. You can, with the colour differentiation of how deep these gouges go, they are fresher than the carved face of this tunnel.
Could I put a timeline on it? Would I assume it's within the last couple of hours, days, weeks?
Yeah, let's try and put a timeline to this. So Weylin, are you going to try and help him with this, or?
Yeah, I'll of course assist you.
Okay, so you're assisting.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you please roll a d20 in chat for me? Very good. That is a glorious 1 that you have rolled.
It's too dark, mate.
It's too dark. Yeah, it definitely is too dark. The flicker of your torch and everything is difficult to deduce or to even help Loch put a timeline on this. Okay, so that is a grand total of an 8. No, with how damp it is and with the moisture that's coming through from the ceiling, and that seems to not necessarily cascade down, but there is definitely moisture that runs through this carved face. It's definitely not part of the corridor, but it would be, for lack of a better term, a stab in the dark with trying to put a timeline on these scratches. And there's a lot of them, though. It's almost as if it goes all over the corridor face, up and over.
I'll turn around to look back at Weylin and give a look of shit.
Yeah. It's all a bit spooky. Weylin frowns.
Yeah. I'll point them out to Bree if she's behind Weylin.
Oh, these look familiar.
Yeah.
We don't know how old they are, do we?
They're newer than the tunnel is. That's as best as I could probably say.
Let's hurry up
Yeah,
and get
let's get this
Ruben
done.
quietly, and
So,
then shut the door for now.
I'll start heading towards that light a little bit quicker, but quietly.
Okay. As you make your way down more of this corridor, approaching what you hope is the end of where Ruben is, you can see a faint, fuzzy, furry mound sat in sort of a nook of what looks to be a door frame. As you continue to approach, left and right, carved into the sides of this corridor, are block-faced cells with a heavy wooden and metal strapped door to each. Each is locked with a heavy-duty metal lock. There are barred portholes on the fronts of these doors, and Ruben, at the end of this corridor, seems to be in front of one of these doors himself.
I'm gonna think to him. Wait, Amir, what did you find?
Sorry, is that
Ruben.
you're still a fair distance away from him? So are you calling out down the corridor?
Oh, okay. No, sorry, I thought we were upon him.
No. He's literally a good sort of Actually, think about it. I haven't given you some distances on this. He's a good sort of 60 feet away, 60, 80 feet away down the corridor. It's been long.
Okay. I'll keep going towards him. I'll think to him. I can see you. We're on our way. Stay right there.
For the more naturey members of our party, Bree, Weylin, as you pass by each of these doors, a faint smell of rot and grime seems to drift through these areas. It's very off-putting.
I'll hold my breath for as long as possible, and then take a quick breath whenever I need to.
Can I recognise the smells, or does it?
You can't really smell it too much. It's just like a dank corridor to you.
Okay.
It's not as underground areas go. This is kind of what you'd expect. You've been in caves. You've been around like underwater streams and things like that. So, and you know what the smell of like ripe dirt is. Yeah. So, Bree, Weylin, this is a smell that only you would really be able to pick up on with your heightened senses, being animalesque.
As we're getting closer to the light, we are passing by
A series of doors, yes.
Oof. Do I want to open any of them? Do I hear any noise at all?
It is silent. The only thing that you can hear is you all sort of breathing, your footsteps, the kicks of a couple of stones here and there as you've walked down the corridor, and maybe the sneeze or two from Ruben at the end of this corridor.
Okay. Maybe we could open one door and then run.
Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to wait until next session for that one.
I'll open one now.
You can look in if you want.
Oh, no, is there like a bar? So
there are these open portholes that have iron bars down them.
I will look through.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking through the second I'm up today.
I'm going nuts here, thinking, why are you guys not looking through the bloody doors?
I thought he meant they were barred shut.
Oh no! Sorry, the portholes. Yeah.
I thought they were over by the light.
Sorry.
Sorry.
The one that Ruben by has a light.
Okay. I'm looking through the holes though in the door before we finish.
As you peer in, and with the help of Weylin's sort of torch, just pushing some light through here so your dark vision has something to bounce off from. The scene that you see within is grim. Dirt, detritus, rot, filth. As you see chained up against the wall in wrought iron manacles, the corpse of what looks to be one of the mages of the tower. And you know this because it is wearing the same reddish cloak the drapes that you've seen, and not any of the ornate ones that the hierarchy would have worn. This sadly looks to be one of the lowly sages of the tower, working towards this. As you've sort of heard Adrick read out from that piece of paper upstairs, this potential ultimate plan.
Okay, this isn't good.